Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I'm Claire Jones. If we haven't already met, I'm an author and small publisher committed to changing the world for the better through inclusive stories and practices. And I'm jumping on today for my self-published author series where I go over how to write, publish, and start selling your book in 52 weeks. So if you're joining me, please like, comment, share, no matter what platform you're finding this on. And today we're going to continue with outlining your first draft to make sure that we have a clear idea of what the overall story arc is. But if you're looking for more comprehensive detail as to what I'm going over today, please check out my self-published author 52-week planner. The digital versions are available now. Physical versions are available for pre-order and should ship by the end of the month. All of my details are in the Linktree/Clairjoyance link, which I'll place somewhere around here for your convenience. So, there are general rules for telling a story that have been around for millennia. You know, humans have been telling stories around campfires for a very, very long time. And we kind of need to follow this framework because this has been tried and true over the years. So, first, we need to introduce our audience to the topic or the story that we are writing about. Basically, why are you telling them this story? Why are you telling them this information? Why is it important? This is the exposition stage. This is the beginning of your story where you lay out the characters, the settings, the tension, the catalyst, or the conflict that is the call to adventure. So remember when we did the hero's journey exercise in week 1, which would be episode 1 of the series, we're looking at step 1 and 2 here with the hero's journey. What does the starting point look like, feel like, taste like, sound like, smell, and what trigger begins the story? So that's number 1. And then number 2 is we look at rising actions. So these are the events that lead up to the climax of the story. So often this involves all of the things that the characters try in order to address the call to adventure that they received. So what steps, actions, behaviors, habits, resources, perspectives, or even opinions were explored by the character, by the reader of your story after the call to adventure was heard? These are the rising actions. What learning moments helped or hindered the path forward? That's step number 2. This is where you use examples, anecdotes, statistics, scenes, backflashes, dialogues, facts, even charts to explain or demonstrate the respective pros and cons of the various methods. So these details will help contextualize your story for your readers and put them in the shoes of the narrator or the main characters. So number 3, next comes the climax. So this is the turning point of the story. It is full of suspense, tension, and action. There's a lot going on in the climax, typically. This is where a decision needs to be made, proceed or retreat. This is a vital decision-making moment for the character or for the narrator. So after the worthwhile lessons of the rising actions that they experienced, where does the story go now? This is the hero's darkest hour often. This is where the hero or the narrator or the examples or the stories or the anecdotes that you're using, they face death and they possibly even die as a result. It could be metaphorical death, it could be literal death, it's up to you. Only to be reborn afterwards. This is the dark night of the soul. This is rock bottom. Everything the hero holds dear is put on the line with the climax. This is why it's so suspenseful and full of tension. So next we look at rising actions. So these are the direct consequences of the decision made during the climax. So these are the things that need to happen in order for the story to move forward based on that decision that was made. So this might be easy, this might be hard, these steps might be near impossible. The point is to lay out what must be done in order to reach the next stage. These are the falling actions. And then finally, we need to have a resolution. So this is the conclusion, the end point of our story. After hearing the call up to adventure, the starting point, after slogging through all of the rising actions, after having the epiphany of the climax, and then dutifully following through with the falling actions. Where does that lead you now? Where does that lead the reader? Where does that lead the characters? At what point in the story does it reach a point of closure? The storytelling process is circular. The ending of one story is going to be the beginning of another, so your story's resolution should follow the same framework format as the exposition, just on a different level. So that this resolution should set the stage for another potential story to begin, because it's circular. So every ending is a new beginning and vice versa. So that's pretty much it for today. If you're interested in learning more, check out my planner. And next time I'll be jumping on to talk about the research needs to make sure that we have all of the knowledge, resources, facts, figures, charts, graphs, examples, people, or anything else that we need in order to write this book. So in the meantime, please remember that you all have extraordinary stories inside of you, and I'm rooting for you as you share them to change the world around you. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Friday. Take care.